through the roof, so that's not really something that I partake in, but some people really enjoy that. So let's get started in child's pose so we can get things warmed up and softened up tonight, different from what's going on out there. So spread out your fingers super wide and connect them down into the floor. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill yourself all the way up. Big full exhale out. Another big breath. Fill up your lungs, your whole upper back, especially if it's cold, it's defrosting. Then exhale it out. And one more time like that. Fill up all the way. Exhale all the way. And start to build your Ujjayi breath. A long inhale with a pause at the top. A long exhale with a pause at the bottom. Really purposeful from the beginning of practice, not only to fill the space in your body with breath, but to generate heat with the breath. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back and then move around any way that you need to. As the seasons start to change and the weather starts to shift, there's a lot of times where I show up on my mat in the first down dog and I'm like, okay, it felt completely different about a month ago. Let's take stock of where things are right now. And walk your feet up to your hands, hang in ragdoll. So you do what you'd like with your hands and arms, and then connect your feet down into the mat in a way that it drives up the inner line of your leg and up into the pit of your belly. So you've got two different things going on. Feet in the floor, pit of the belly up to the ceiling. And those 2 points are pulling apart from one another. Press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing. Reach through your fingertips. Bring your thumbs to heart center. Set your intention for your practice. Pick one specific thing that you want to focus on. And we'll send out all of those intentions with 3 ohms. Deep breath in. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen out your back, high to low push-up. Upward facing dog, open up your chest. Downward facing dog, press back. Take a full breath in together. Exhale it out. Good, 2 more like that. In, exhale. Last one, fill up. Push all the air back out. Step or jump, feet to hands. Halfway lift, fold down. Extended mountain, long inhale. That goes all the way up to your fingers. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 big breaths together. In, exhale. Yeah, 2 more. Fill up. Big exhale. Last one, fill all the way. Empty to the pit of your belly. Push the air out. Step or jump to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold down. Extended mountain, lie, slow inhale all the way up to your fingers. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, step or jump back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Big exhale out. Yeah, get your fingertips in the mat. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Get all the air out. Get empty. Jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise up. Stretch the size of your body. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Fingertips down in the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Clear it out. Yeah, 2 more. In. Exhale. Last breath. Soften your knees on your exhale. Spring forward. Halfway lift. Bow down. One last time. Sun A. Rise up to standing. Stretch all the way up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Chest to your thighs on your exhale. Yeah, breathe in together. Thumbs down on your exhale, root down. One more. Soften the knees, get all the air out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold down. Chair pose for one breath. Reach through your fingers. Fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga on the exhale. Keep this steady breath. Upward facing. Downward facing. Right side warrior one. Step through on your empty. Rise up on your inhale. Low push up on the exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left side, warrior one. Step, breathe in as you reach. Chaturanga on the exhale. In it tonight. Upward facing. Downward facing. Breath in. Exhale. Two more. In. Empty. Last one. All the air out. Squeeze it out. Spring to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold down. Chair pose to deepen your hips. Fold. Halfway lift. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one on the right. Step through and plug your front big toe mound down. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left side, warrior one. Step, press, look up. Low push up. Upward facing. Downward facing. Breathe in. Exhale. Two more on your own. Last one. Empty. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold down. Chair pose. Full inhale. Fold and empty. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. If you're jumping back, it's straight to low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing. Warrior one right side. Take a deeper lunge on your front leg. Beautiful. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side. Step through. Press. Gaze at one point. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take one breath in. Big exhale. Move forward. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Sit back and lift your toes. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. The breath sounds great, everybody. Keep that up. Upward facing. Downward facing. Warrior one. Step. Long inhale. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Chaturanga on the exhale. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side. Step. Draw the breath in. Long and steady. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. One breath in. Push the air out. Move forward. You got it. Halfway lift. Fold. Deepest chair yet. Go deep. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. You're driving the breath like a bellows. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior. Creating the heat from the inside out. Reach up. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Left side. Step and breathe in. Bring all the air into your lungs. Exhale. Hands down. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Oh, yeah. Awake, warmed up, alive. Send your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Reestablish the rhythm of the breath because everybody stopped breathing all of a sudden. Yeah, there you go. Now either stay here or flip dog. Go all the way over. Full connection. Feet on the floor, fingertips on the floor. If wheel's already in your practice from here, go ahead and take it. And if not, keep opening up the space across your chest so that one day maybe wheel pose will be there. Flip back over, side plank. Right hand down, left hand up to the sky. Breath from right here. You're still generating heat in these first few sections of this sequence so that you're powerful for the rest of the practice. Take one more breath in. Spread your fingertips. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Send your left leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. stay, or flip dog. Powerful breathing, not just for yourself, but for everybody else in the room, for those that are practicing at home, so everyone can sync up with that rhythm of the breath. Nice open chest. I love it. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, then flip back over, side plank. Set your gaze right away, just as quickly as you set that bottom hand, and then spread your fingertips on your top hand. Yeah, wide awake, part of the pose, generating the heat, tapas. One more breath, low push-up. Upward facing, downward facing. Breathe in together. Clear it. Yeah, 2 more. In, empty. Last one. Empty it out. Right side crescent lunge. Step through. Keep the breath going as you set up your crescent. You can reach your hands up right away or start with your hands on your hips because some people prefer that. Steady and rhythmic. Inhale with the pause. Exhale with the pause. Lunge deeper in your front leg. Back thigh up to the ceiling. So your heel, back heel can go up to the sky. Hands to heart center. Twist right. Stay powerful in your legs by squeezing your leg muscles into the bones. Open your arms. Yeah, your bottom arm might come onto the outside and touch the floor, touch a block. Lots of different variations. Now fingertips awake and palms awake. Yeah. One more inhale here. Stay for the whole exhale. Twist the whole thing out. Then warrior 2. Face the other way. Land in your breath here as you adjust your feet and situate your legs in the way that they need to be. Knee right on top of that front ankle. Then bring your thigh parallel with your mat, your front thigh. Bring it down deep into the lunge so it's parallel with the mat. Once you've got it nice and deep, can you squeeze your inner thigh muscles together like you're trying to roll up your mat between your feet? Keep that much action in your legs. Extended side angle. Elbow to thigh or fingertips by your front arch. Can you keep that action? The deep lunge, committed there, and then inner thigh squeeze in, committed there. Take a half bind or a full bind. Top them around your back. Maybe the full bind where you can clasp the hands together. Nice. Everyone in the full bind, open up that top shoulder a little bit more. Good. One more breath. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Clear it out. Left side crescent. Step through. Keep the rhythm of the breath going. So the breathing is for you. It's for everyone else. And it's not just for generating heat. It will settle your nervous system. So when you're doing a challenging pose, instead of your mind taking over, you can stay down in your body. Hands to heart center. Twist left. Down in your body where things are actually happening. So there's no need to panic or stress or need to pull yourself out of the pose. Open your arms. There's space for you to make choices. There's space for you to adjust a pose in the moment and not need to come completely out of it. Back thighs up to the ceiling. You've got one more breath here. Stay for the exhale. Twist, twist, twist. Warrior 2. Up and around. Land in the feet. Land in the breath. Commit to the lunge, nice and deep. And if it feels like the front leg is loaded and it's got all of the weight, press the outer edge of your back foot down and balance that out. Now squeeze your inner thighs together. Yeah, lots of stuff happening. Extended side angle. So I might not necessarily see that you're engaging your inner thigh muscles and squeezing them into center. Take your bind. But you know the difference between having active legs in a warrior 2 or extended side angle and then just standing in warrior 2 or extended side angle. Top shoulder onto the back side of your body. Keep peeling it back. Nice, Madison. One more inhale. High to low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Push the air back out. Step or jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. Keep the breath going. It's like the bellows in a fire. You're pushing heat onto the flame to generate it and let it fill all the space in your body you've already made. Hands to heart twist right. Spread your arms apart. If there's a different variation you want to take here, like a bind or maybe side crow, bird of paradise, those are on the table. You can take those. I will say this, if you always take those because you don't like to do the chair twist, stay in the chair twist. Yeah, do the work of the thing you don't want. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair, forward fold. Take your first 2 fingers around your big toes. Set your gaze at the back edge of your mat so your neck can be nice and long. How's your breathing? Generating heat, the breath, generating the heat, moving the energy around your body, pushing the sweat out and out of your skin. Release your hands, take crow pose from the head of your mat. Start with a stable foundation, wide fingertips, palms in the ground, with the intention that you press so much that you could almost get your knees off the backs of your arms. That prep work of pulling in and up, yes, Paige, where your upper back expands like the hood on a cobra snake. One more breath. Step or jump, low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One breath in. Clear it all out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Bow down. Chair pose and stay. Down and in it, reestablish the breath. Hands to heart twist left. Can you keep the breath steady and strong? Open your arms, even though you're twisting toward the side. It'll take moving your breath to a different part of your lungs, higher up in your chest and your upper back. Choose the variation you want to take here and commit to it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair pose. Fold. Step on your palms for gorilla. Toes all the way up to your wrists. You can take your feet wide apart or keep them close together. That's up to you. Tailbone up to the ceiling. Release your hands. Crow number 2. If you'd like to take this to an inversion, you're welcome to. If you're working on jumping back from crow, that's there for you as well. A little bit of play space for you to experiment and choose exactly what you need in the moment. Those of you going upside down, make sure your elbows are pointing straight back, 90-degree elbows. Nice. Couple of practices on the jump back. You can let that be messy. Good control, Erica. Last breath in. Yes, Alex. Separate jump back. Little push up. That's what it looks like. It looks a little bit like a belly flop or like knees hitting the mat the first couple of times. Downward facing dog until you figure it out. Take a breath in together. Exhale it out. Breath in. Breath out. One more time. Fill up. Empty all the way. Move forward. Halfway lift. Bow down. Rise all the way up to standing. Eagle pose, right side. Right arm under, right leg over. Lots of breath here in your eagle pose. Use the exhales to squeeze your guts in. Squeeze the muscles to the bone. Eyes stay glued to one spot. Switch sides. Left side eagle. Can you keep that focus? You've cleared a lot of space in all the poses you've already done. Can you clear the space and keep the gaze set on one point the entire time you're balancing? Right side eagle. Right arm under, right leg over. And here's the thing, if you had a drishti or focal point at first and you felt a little bit wobbly, you can switch it when you go to the next balancing pose. An active choice to make an adjustment. Switch, one more eagle, left side. Limbs wrapped, gaze set, laser-like focus. Nice. Standing leg raise. Grab a hold of your strap that I just put next to your mat. You're going to put it around the end of your foot and let your leg come out in front. So some of you will be able to get your leg a little higher than others. That's fine. You can have both sides of the strap in one hand, or you can have a side of the strap in each hand out in front of you, whatever feels most comfortable. Good. Stand up nice and tall. Give yourself as much slack on the strap as you need so that you can stand up with a tall spine and then also have a straight leg. Ooh, I know, it's different. We're going to hang out here, leg right out in front. As best you can, drop your right hip to be level with your left hip. Oh, yeah. Get settled in your standing foot. Come back to your breath. Good. Take that leg out to the right. No rush. Reach and look to the left. Yeah, not important if the leg is super high off the ground. You're just going for that tall, straight spine. Back to center. Drop the strap. Airplane. Press your right foot straight back behind you. That same length of spine of lifted leg so that you're pulling the 2 points of the front of your chest and your lifted foot apart from one another. Press, press, press. Come back into your breath. Half moon, left hand down, right arm straight up. You can use a block with the water bottle or the floor. That same length, chest nice and broad. Good, Kelly. Foot straight up and back. Maybe you get light on the fingertips on the ground, whatever they're touching. Get light with that touch. Yes, Ashley. One more breath. Both feet to the mat. Standing leg raise, left side, strap around the end of your left foot. So I know for me, one leg I can lift the strap a little bit higher, and on the other side, that hamstring is tighter. So accommodate this leg instead of trying to make it exactly symmetrical to your other leg. Tall spine, get settled in the standing foot. You know the pieces, 4 corners of your standing foot, your breath, your gaze, all of that working together. Tall spine. Good. Pick up the front of your pelvis. Lift it up towards your belly button, and then let the leg come out to the left. Reach and look to the right. It is okay for it to be a little bit messy, a little bit wonky. You just come back to center. Okay, same things. Foot on the ground, in towards center line. Nice. Come back to center. Drop the strap. Airplane. Stretch, stretch, stretch back. So now it's not the arms that are doing the work of lifting the legs so much. Now it's the leg doing the work of lifting the leg. Squeeze your lifted leg muscles into the bone. Half moon, open up. Left hand straight up to the sky, and you just keep coming back. What's touching the ground? Where can I glue my gaze? That's going to help me keep my balance here. And then you get light on the bottom hand because everything else is integrated. Good. One more breath. Feet to the mat. Dancer's pose with your strap. Put the strap around the front leg. Same thing. You can have a tail side of each strap in either hand. I like it that way. It's a little bit easier because then you can just put it on your back like backpack straps. Elbows are pointed up to the ceiling. So you decide how much slack you need in the pose. And if you're not used to using a strap, start out with a lot of space when you tip forward so that you can get a feel for shoulder blades coming together on your back. The foot pressed up toward the ceiling. Yeah, stay with it. One more big breath here. Release. Take off the backpack straps. Switch sides. Left side dancer pose with your strap. Give yourself plenty of room. Strap goes in front of the ankle so you can take the tails of the strap behind your back. Yeah, and sometimes the strap, you kind of have to finagle it a little bit to create the pose for you there. Set your gaze. And then once you've got that strap handled, see if you can press your hands up toward the ceiling. Yes, beautiful. Both feet down. Right side, second set. Got a feel for the strap. Maybe you choke up on the strap and you have a little less room. Maybe you need more space to work with. Make those accommodations. Take your pose. Now land in your breath. You're doing the best you can with your strap. That's perfect. Land in the breath. One more inhale. Press, press, press. Switch. I feel like most times we usually opt for standing bow instead of dancers, and dancers is such a crucial pose to open up your shoulders and your back for back bends later in the practice. Super important. Add more breath. Last inhale. Feet to the floor. Strap to the side. Tree pose on the right. Whew. If you need a moment to stand in your feet because that's a lot going on, that's fine. Stand, take a breath, and then right side tree. Any arm variation you want in this tree pose. What's going to feel good? What will make the pose feel complete for you? Add some softness to your standing knee. Yeah. Big inhale, lift up tall. Switch, left side tree. A tall spine, any arm variation you want. No wrong answers. What feels like a right fit? What's going to be a good closing pose to this balancing sequence? Last breath in. Both feet to the mat. Extended mountain, reach your hands up to the ceiling. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, step or jump. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side triangle. Step your right foot between your hands and take up a wide base on your mat. You can use that block outside your shin or have your hand resting on your front shin. Now you just did some great work with opening up your shoulders and getting the shoulder blades onto the back side of your body. So squeeze those together here. And then while you've got those shoulder blades together, can you knit your front ribs into center as well? So you're pulling in on both sides of your body. Yeah, lots of shifting and moving. I like it. Keep playing around with that. Shoulder blades together, front ribs into center. Keep those two things intact. Rise up to standing. Side facing wide leg forward fold. Both feet face the long edge of your mat and hinge forward. Yogi's choice on this side. Get upside down, take lunges side to side. You can work the fold and press your tailbone up to the ceiling. It's an intuitive choice when you get out of your head and down into your body, which is what this practice is designed to do, to get you in your body. You'll know the right answer. Good dismount, Alex. Slow and steady breath to help keep you focused no matter what pose you're choosing. Inversion, start to make your way down. Nice control, everybody. Now we'll all meet up in center. Press into your feet, rise up to standing. Namaste, front facing forward fold. Turn both feet to face the front edge of your mat and then take a bind behind your back. So either hand to elbow or reverse namaste. Hinge forward. Breath got a little quiet, so step back into that. A little bit of softness in both knees so you can really get into the four corners of both of your feet. It's a grounding pose, so most of the attention should be in the feet and on the floor. Good. Feet still awake, legs still awake, twisting triangle. Left hand down, right arm straight out. Block is super helpful here. You can put your hand on your water ball as you wring out your chest toward the side of the room. Good attention to alignment, everybody. I love it. Take one more breath in. Stay for the exhale. Twist. High to low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One breath in, clearing breath out. Left side triangle, left foot forward. Attention on your feet, on where you're putting your hands. It's more specific now because you've been going through the practice and clearing space for that to be possible. Shoulder blades together on your back, ribs together on your front. Yes, now add breath on top of that. If you're squeezing the ribs and shoulders so much that you're like, I can't breathe in right now, soften a little bit. That's a bit too much. Those two things intact. Press into your feet, rise up. Side facing wide leg fold with a bind this time. If you want to use your strap to do some shoulder flossing, I'll cue you through what the heck shoulder flossing is. Really good when it's cold outside. So you want a lot of space, enough space on your strap that you can straighten out both of your arms. Both of your arms. So when you fold forward, your arms can come way forward down towards the floor. Got plenty of room. Now, with your arms straight, with that tension on the strap, you're going to move your hands back towards your hips and then forward down towards the floor. And you can go at whatever pace seems best. If super slow feels right, perfect. If a little quicker feels good, do that. You're working the tissue and the muscles and all of that fluid around your shoulder joint, around your upper back. That synovial fluid, getting that warmed up. Another time or two with the shoulder flossing. Strap off to the side, rise up to standing. Namaste, front facing forward fold. See if that different, you got a difference now with the bind behind your back and the namaste fold. Maybe a little bit of a difference, maybe not that much, but attention to that as you hinge forward. Even the tiniest thing, like doing a pose one time, doing shoulder flossing one time, that makes the difference. Soften your toes. One more breath together. Twisting triangle. Let the inhales lengthen out your spine. The exhales twist and rotate your chest open toward the side of the room. Resist the urge to let your hips come into the twist with you. Keep them square so it's just the torso. Good adjustments. Doing the twist. Last breath here. Stay for the exhale. Twist. High to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Push the air out. Yeah, two more like that. In. Clear it. Last one. Exhale completely. Rise up onto your tippy toes and roll out to a high plank. Slow as you can, lower that plank to the mat so everything touches at the same time. Nice. Locust pose when you get there. Hands back by your hips, palms face the floor. Rise up just as slowly as you went down. Up and away from the ground. Squeeze your inner thighs together a lot. Press your toes toward the back of the room. Last inhale. Lower down. Take your hips side to side to release your low back. Second set, locust. You can clasp your hands at your low back or keep them down by your sides. Rise up. Maybe you've got more space now that we put a little more attention on your shoulders this afternoon, and you can take that bind with a little bit more ease. Last inhale, get long, lower down. Hips side to side. Floor bow number 1, bend your knees and grab your ankles. March the knees together, thighs parallel, then press up. More important to keep the thighs parallel, keep the knees from splaying out wide than it is to get super high off the ground. Nice. One more inhale, lift up, lower down, legs side to side. Second set, floor bow. You can grab the insides of your ankle, but if you choose that, you want your thumbs facing up to the ceiling. Thumbs point up to the ceiling. Otherwise, the elbows will be pointing a weird way and it'll put stress on your shoulders. Thumbs up to the ceiling if you're grabbing the inside. Yes. Good adjustments. Good hand movements to the right way so you don't put stress. Lower down. Side to side. Upward facing dog. Rise up off your mat. Downward facing dog. Press back. Jump through to sit. Come down onto your back for bridge pose. Always have that option to put the block between your thighs if you like that integration in your bridge pose. Press down and rise up. Squeeze into center line. Block or no block, inner thighs towards one another. This back bend is really about the legs. Not the glutes squeezing together, not hoping that you can crank your back up to the ceiling. It's all in the legs. Plug your big toe mounds into the mat. Take one more breath in. Lower your hips, knees side to side. Stick with bridge or move on to wheel. Wheel number 1. Tuck your fingertips under your shoulders. Press down, rise up. Up and away from the floor. You've got space. Things are warm. You've generated plenty of heat. Tuck your chin and come down. Breath in, breath out. Number 2, press, lift, go. Stick with bridge, move on to wheel. Eyes on one spot. Tuck your chin and lower. Full breath. Full exhale. Number 3, press and go. And if you're staying up in the bridge or staying up in the wheel, what becomes possible when you stay in the pose longer? Otherwise, come down. Full breath. Full exhale. Bridge or wheel. Press and go. Knit those shoulder blades together on your back. Let them support your chest up and out. Come on down. Breath in. Breath out. You've got 2 more. Rise up. Wheel pose. Come on up and away from the floor. Heart wide open. Chest wide open. Lower down. Breathe in. Breath out. Last one. Last bridge or wheel. Come up and away from the ground. Fingertips in the ground. Center of your heels in the ground. Lower down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Yeah, exhale through the mouth if you need that. Sigh if you need that. Whatever needs to happen, make that happen with your breathing or with the mouth sound that needs to happen. Happy baby or dead bug. You can keep it up with the sighs or the mouth, clearing out that excess breath. Yeah. Whole spine down on the mat. Let it neutralize. Legs straight up in the air. Set up for scissor legs. Hands either behind your head or under your hips. Anchor the pit of your belly down to the floor. Anchor your shoulders down to the floor as best you can. Lower the right leg halfway to the mat. So you're going as far down as you can without your low back lifting off of the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, switch your legs. Low back stays in contact with the floor. Switch the legs. Keep going with your breathing. Exhales are when you switch. Yeah, a powerful breathing. It's more percussive because you're using the breath to squeeze your muscles down towards the floor to anchor your torso. Keep going for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Breath sounds amazing. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, you got it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs straight up. Oh, yeah. Glue the inner edges of your legs together. Lower both legs down 30 degrees. Lower them 60. Lower to hover. Stay here. Take a breath in. Squeeze as you exhale. Legs back up in the air. Reset. Belly down, shoulders down. Round number 2. Lower 30. Lower 60. Lower to hover. Stay. Breathe in. Exhale. Squeeze. Legs back up in the air. Last round. 30. 60. Lower to hover. Big breath in. Squeeze on the exhale. Push the air out. Legs back up in the air. Hug your knees into your chest. Abdominal twist. Hands behind your head. Elbow to opposite knee. You've been real precise with the breath so far. Keep it up in the bicycle, side to side. It can be quicker or slower than your neighbor. You can point your toe or flex your ankle when the foot goes forward. That's your choice. Love all these awake toes. Keep that up. Keep going for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees into your chest. Good work. Rock forward and back. One boat pose. Forward and back. Stick the boat pose. Sit bones way down into the mat. Super long spine. Pull it up and out of your pelvis. Beautiful. Last breath here together. Stay for the exhale. Wrap in. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 2. Right side half pigeon. Right knee to right wrist if you're facing the floor. Leg crossed over your left thigh like a figure 4 if you're on your back. Keep the breath going. It's been excellent all practice. Steady and rhythmic. Maintaining the breath is a huge part of the work. It's a lot easier in the beginning in the sun salutations to just have one breath per pose the whole time. When we hold poses longer, it's easier for the brain to step in and say like, hey, I want to tell you something that's not helpful right now. Stay on the breath. The breath will help regulate the brain bouncing all over the place, your heart rate, how much heat you've got built up in your body and where you can send that heat to even it out. That's all in the breath. Downward facing dog. Left side half pigeon. Get yourself situated, a place for your forehead to rest. And stay in the work of the breath. It's part of the reason why practicing in a group is oftentimes way more effective when you're trying to nail down a technique or a specific tool to use in your practice. It's more effective in a group than it is by yourself because everyone else is holding you accountable for that space. So it doesn't matter if you're practicing virtual, if you're practicing in person, you're part of the group helping to create and mold the space. A few more breaths here in your half pigeon, purposeful 4-part breath. Downward facing dog. Seated single leg extension is next. You'll need your strap for your seated single leg extension. We're going to work the muscles in your back instead of the connective tissue with the seated fold. So right leg out, left heel in, and then the strap right around the ball mound of that right foot. And And then you want, just like when you were standing up, a tall, straight spine, and you've got enough slack on the strap that you can bend your elbows and pull your chest forward a bit. Yeah, so no rounded spines forward, so there's not enough strap, and not so far back that you're like kind of hanging out and nothing's happening. Find that sweet spot. Tall spine. All right. As you pull your chest toward your foot, keep your spine long and straight. Your elbows point straight back behind you. So for some of you, it's just like an inch, and that's all the space you've got to maintain that tall spine. Perfect. Stay right there. If you can fold a little bit deeper, great. Don't sacrifice by rounding your spine. Keep the spine tall and straight to start. Everybody looks really good. Now start breathing. Gotta keep the back straight. Now I'm forgetting about the breath. One more inhale here. Exhale and round your spine, melt forward. Let the strap go slack. Wherever your hands and your head land, perfect. Let them land right there. That tall, straight spine in this seated fold works all the muscles around your spine to stabilize it. Rounding the spine works the connective tissue. Switch sides, left leg out, right heel in. Same thing, strap around the ball mound of your foot, just enough slack that you can have 90 degrees in your elbows, and press your chest forward. There you go, tall spine. There's a little bit of tension on the strap to keep your toes up toward the ceiling. Yeah, and you can still keep a little bit of a bend in your left knee if you like to have that in these seated folds, but tall, straight spine. Maybe you come a little further forward. Nice alignment, everybody. Keep that up. Let the muscles work. Let them squeeze in and pull everything in towards your spine. One more breath here. Exhale and round. Let the strap go slack. Now, for some, one feels more relieving of a seated fold than the other one does. And no matter which one, we're doing both, so you get the work of both. Seated forward fold, both legs out in front. So you choose if you want to do rounded spine or strap around your feet with a tall, straight back. You pick which one you want. If you're not sure about which one to pick, it's usually the one that feels more challenging. That's the right answer. A tall spine or a rounded spine. Deep breathing. One more breath. A big exhale together. Tabletop or reverse plank. Plant your palms behind your hips. Fingertips face the front edge of your mat. Rise up. Tabletops, you've got bent knees with flat feet on the floor. Planks, long legs, and point your toes to the ground. Nice. Everybody squeeze your inner thighs together. Yeah. Use the legs to help lift your hips up toward the ceiling. One more big breath. Lower the hips. Fish pose. You can stick a block between your shoulder blades or tuck your hands underneath you until your head comes down towards the floor. You want to be in a space where the top of your head is touching the ground. So if you need to adjust your block or adjust your hands further down towards maybe the backs of your thighs even. Eyes stay open, see what you see. Steady breath. Here, Nicole, put a block under your head there. Yeah. Eyes stay open. See what you see. We'll take 3 breaths together here in fish. Long inhale through your nose. Exhale it through your mouth. Clear it out. Breath in. Out through your mouth. One more. Big exhale. Clear it out. Roll off the side of the block or untuck your hands. Last opportunity to get upside down. So you can take waterfall with your back on the ground, legs in the air, shoulder stand by way of plow, or any type of headstand, handstand work that you'd like to do here. Take your tools with you when you get upside down. That attention to detail, so you've got your gaze on one specific spot, your breath moving in and out of your body. The tapas, the heat, moving where it needs to move in your body to help create this upside down. Steady breath. Intentional breath. Nice. Wake up the feet, make them part of your inversion. Shoulder stands, stay where you are. Headstands and handstands. Another breath or two, and then child's pose. Shoulder stands, take plow. If you're in waterfall and want to head to plow, go ahead. Long legs in your plow. Plow to deaf yogi. Bend your knees, hug them around either side of your head. Slowly lower down. Take yourself down piece by piece, bone by bone. Hug your knees into your chest when you get there. Supine twist to the right. You've got one more chance to use that strap if you want to put it around the left foot and straighten out the leg. Sometimes that feels nice in a supine twist. Shoulder blades down into the mat. Let them melt. Supine twist opposite way. Supta Baddha Konasana. Press the soles of your feet to touch one last time. If you're in studio, there's a cold eye towel by the upper corner of your mat to do with what you will. Shavasana. Stretch out your legs nice and long. Let your arms fall out and away by your sides. You've done everything that you needed to do in exactly the way that you needed to do it. No more, no less. Take one final breath in. Fill yourself up and up and up. Exhale it out. Let your entire body rest easy on your mat. Deepen your breath. Bring some movement back to your hands and your feet. And plant your feet on the floor, rock onto your side. With your eyes still closed, press down and rise up. Take a comfortable seat. Inhale, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll finish our practice together with 3 final ohms. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Thumb knuckles to forehead center. Thank you all so much. Making your way to the studio, signing in virtually, and making a lovely practice happen tonight with me. Namaste. Good work, everybody. Awesome work. Okay, anything that the straps and towels and all of that kind of stuff can go in the hamper because I need to wash the straps, and then any blocks can go over here on the floor that were barred, so I know which ones need to be sprayed off. Have an awesome rest of your night. If you're going to the Give, dress warm. It is freezing cold outside, and hopefully I will see you soon.